Okay, I'm back. So it's been 2 months since my last upload, and I know what you're already thinking. Why? To be honest, I don't really have a good explanation for you other than I got pretty busy with other stuff. And then I was going to make a video a couple weeks ago at this point, and then I got COVID. So that didn't help either. So that was fun. Over that now. So you know what? It's time to make another video. Again, apologies for the 2 months here. I also haven't really bought anything, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously, it's a bad thing because, you know, no Godzilla coming in. However, I kind of need to save some money. I need to kind of chill out a little bit there, if you know what I'm saying. So, also, I have recently purchased stuff in that time span, but it's all pre-ordered, so it's not coming in. So, because of that, today is not an unboxing video, I know. It's actually going to be something totally new and different for me, and I'm going to do a top 5 X Plus figures in my collection. Now, off the top of my head, I think I have like 21 or something like that. So, let me tell you what, this is not an easy video to make at all. It was extremely hard to narrow down my top 5. It's honestly just extremely difficult to do this. So, I'm just going to start kind of going into it now, because there's nothing else to go. The only kind of criteria I thought to myself, if for some reason I had to only keep 5 of these, which 5 would I keep? I hope that never happens. That'd be awful. I hope I never have to sell that many of those for whatever reason. So, we're going to start into it with number 5. Alright, coming in at number 5 here. We have Burning Godzilla 1995 by Yuji Sakai. Now the reason this comes in at 5 is because I love Burning Godzilla. This isn't probably the most accurate version of X Plus made. There's an FSL line that came out that's really expensive now that lights up. That is a little better than this one, I'm not going to lie. However, this is still one of my favorites in my collection because I do think it's a pretty good representation of the figure. Now, I love the color application and the paint application of this figure. It is just perfect. I love the way they sculpted the burning parts of him with that yellow and orange, and I also love the orange dorsal plates. Just a great color. A lot of people have a problem with the eyes here. I don't. I just think that looks pretty accurate to me. Some people think they look too big. I just have never had that issue. The Rick version would have the orange that goes all the way down, so this is not the Rick version. But still, this comes in at number 5, and the only reason it's at the bottom of the 5 is just because I do think there is a better version, just barely. So that's why it comes at the bottom of my list today. Alright, coming in at number 4 is going to be another Yuji Sakai, shocker. This is the 54 colored version, the Godzilla Store exclusive. Now this is the figure that kind of kicked it all off for me again, because the only 2 X Plus I had for a while were my Anguirus 30cm and then the 92 Yuji Sakai. And then I bought this back, I think it was 2022, I think it was the beginning of 2022. And yeah, it spiraled from there. But 54 is my second favorite suit now. We'll get into that in a second. But this is such a perfect sculpt of this figure. And the normal version would just be black and white. I like the color version more just because that's how it would have looked in real life, I guess, if that makes sense. Maybe not the suit, but if it wasn't, you kind of get what I'm saying. The suit probably wasn't colored. I think it was actually, the rumor has it that there was a brown color to the actual suit. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not going to ramble on too much about that. But everything from the head all the way through the whole body is just, it perfectly represents the suit in all of its entirety, and I just love the way it looks. You got even the way the arms are, the eyes are, it's just perfect. Being my second favorite suit, it's got to make the list. It's just, there's no way. Okay, so this was kind of hard to take down and scary. So this is a 25cm re-release. It's like a different color version of the 1964 King Ghidorah suit. And I don't really think I have to say much of why this is in my top 5. A lot of people had problems with the wings breaking, so that's why this was scary to take down. I did not have that problem yet, knock on wood. I was so excited to get this thing when it finally came out. I pre-ordered it immediately at like 6 in the morning when I saw it. So that proves how much I was excited to get this. It just looks awesome. It's just a great figure to have as a centerpiece, and the colors are great on it, and I just love looking at it every time I come into the room. So that's why it comes in 3. This thing is incredible. And now, I have to put this back up top, and I'm scared to do so I'm going to do that. Alright, coming in at number 2, we have the 91. There's 2 versions of 91 X Plus. I always can't remember which exact version this is, but it's like the attack version or something like that. It's not the closed mouth version. There's 2 different versions of Yuji Sakai. But this again is another Yuji Sakai, and this was a purchase from G-Fest 2022. And the 91 suit, like I was saying earlier, is my favorite, just in front of 54, and I literally mean just in front of. They swap all the time. So this suit is perfect. I love the pose. It's so accurate, and I just love this suit. Again, This is just peak Godzilla design. I love this thing. I just love how big and like bold he is in this. It's just, and the way everything comes together in this figure is just perfect. Absolutely one of my favorites. It's just, it's hard to pick a lot of stuff over this one, and yeah, I was so happy to pick this one up. So the 91 Yuji Sakai, it's gotta go number 2, and you'll see why this would have gone 1 for a long time until I got number 1 here, which you're about to see in a second, and I think it's gonna be pretty apparent why it's 1, but this suit kicks ass, and the figure. Okay, so I'm holding it. If you've watched this channel for a little bit, you might already have an idea of what 1 is, but I'm gonna set this down here. Is it even gonna fit in the frame? No, it is not. I have to hold this up. Okay, so this is the FSL. I'm trying to fit in the frame with this thing here. This is not easy because it's so absolutely giant. I'm gonna put that right there. So this is the FSL 1954 Gigantic. And yeah, I don't even, what else do I say about it? It's very, very accurate for how giant this is. And that's the thing about a lot of the X Plus Gigantic series that I don't love. They kind of do an artistic spin on them, which I don't necessarily want an X Plus. Some people do, and that's fine. But this is an awesome figure. It's so accurate, and look, I mean, just look at it. It's huge. I put this on a different part of my shelf, and it just, it catches everybody's eye when they walk in. I also have the Rick version, so there are the tanks up there. I just didn't bring them down. But yeah, I love this thing. 54 being my second favorite suit, and how big this is, how could I not put it at number 1? There are not a lot of Gigantics that would beat this out for me. Also, for some reason, this is one of the cheaper Gigantics you can get used on the used market right now. I think I got this for around like 500 bucks if you do want to know. It did come from Japan. I think it might have been a little cheaper. I don't know. It's been about a year. I don't remember. But this is a great Gigantic figure. If you're on the fence about this thing for whatever reason, just get it. It's going to fit somewhere. If you don't have room for it, make room. That's what I did. I made room for it, and it still barely fits in my room. So that's going to cap off this top 5 list. Again, this was really tough. I actually had to film this video twice because I changed my mind after realizing I forgot King Ghidorah. I don't even know how I did that. So again, kind of what my plan was to just kind of go through and see which figures I'd want to keep if I had to keep 5, and these were the 5 that I picked. That being said, this could totally change in a month. So this could be kind of a running series if you guys think it's a good idea, maybe about a year, like a yearly thing. Again, sorry about the lack of videos for the past few months. My buying definitely slowed down, so it helps kind of contribute to not having as much content. But I'm going to try to get rolling again. Hopefully my first pre-order comes in soon. I'm really hoping for that because it's been a while. I don't know what's going on with that. That could be a topic for a next video. But other than that, it's good to be back. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.